Today I am going to be filming in pieces because I have several people coming to the house. Just a house party, you know. No, I have the air conditioning guy, blinds guy, oh, a mobile car washing service. Yes, I know, we're trying it out because one of the things I cannot stand is going to the car wash and waiting. That drives me nuts. And in the Bahamas, you didn't have a car wash place. They would come to your house. So I said, if the Bahamas has something like that, surely there's a company in Houston that comes to your house and washes your car. So those are kind of the things that are pending today. I also am starting a new job on Monday, so I really wanted to get this kind of filmed and ready to go so you are without a long wait for my next video, and so here I am. I'm very nervous to start my new job on Monday. Very nervous, but it's all gonna be fine. It's all gonna work out, everything's gonna be fine. Just may not be as much stitching, but I've done enough stitching and I don't know what happened because like this week it hasn't been that bad, but last week I was just on fire. I have so many new projects. I have some finishes and let's see, some fully finished finish and just updates, and I have some new start. I'm all over the place as usual. So first and foremost, I want to welcome all the new friends that are joining. There have been quite a few new people who have found me since my last video. I thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoy what you see and you stick around for Sleeping Bulldogs. This is a channel primarily about my hobby, cross stitching. And I say that because there may be some people on here that don't necessarily cross stitch and are watching me for me and they're curious, and I just want to let you know that you may be bored out of your mind. So let's see, I guess let's jump into it. Gazpacho has found his ball, so we may have to take another pause. Oh no, it's his bone. Are you coming up here? Yeah? You sure? See, we have a bone. So hopefully that'll just keep him quiet and entertained. So I want to thank you all because my brain doesn't work sometimes. And so I showed my plague doctor. Oh, insert image. I showed my plague doctor and I showed a frame. And I had mentioned that my frame wasn't going to fit my plague doctor. Then I showed my Miss New Year Fairy and I said, you know, I don't know if I want to frame her or not. I joked that she may have started the pandemic, and in the comments, people are geniuses. So number one, I learned that I don't have to search for a frame for Plague Doctor. I could search for a mirror, an oval mirror, and then just take the mirror out. So that was mind-blowing. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but that's why I have you all to help me out. So now I'm on the hunt for an oval kind of Victorian mirror. I've found some. The only issue is that when people list mirrors for sale or there's a listing for a mirror, they will take the dimensions of the entire mirror and not necessarily the opening. So it does require a little bit of messaging on my part to the seller and say, hey, like, I want the dimensions of the physical opening versus the overall. And some sellers are like, they don't understand why, I guess. And they're like, but the dimensions are there. No, I need it for a specific thing. And then the other thing that I've noticed is shipping costs sometimes are extremely high due to the weight of the item. So the other thing that I've been asking people, and I don't think I've gotten a single person who said yes, is if they can punch out the mirror and just send me and sell me the frame without the mirror in it. So the hunt is still on, but it's more promising than before because I was really striking out with a frame size, but now it's better. And then Holly Cole, thank you so much. So this genius of an individual said, what if you take Miss New Year's Fairy and you put her in the frame that you intended for Plague Doctor? Because I'm dumb and I didn't think of that. So I went ahead and tested it out. I did it myself. Are you ready for the back? Yeah, this is where we're at. I tried lacing, oh my gosh, and failed miserably. And so we're not gonna show the back for too much, but see, this is, yeah. So we're still kind of figuring out the back situation, but I think this is a win. So there's no glass. There's no glass on her, so you can see her pretty well. I feel like I got the spacing okay. Yeah, I feel like I got the spacing okay. I'm really bad at letting things go. So you're gonna notice in my next finish too that I have issues with how things are finished, and they're finished by me. And so I'm really like a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. Anyway, so I think I got the spacing correctly. I think she's pretty centered, and I think I got the spacing correctly here. But now that I'm looking at it, maybe it needs to go more this way. No, because the wings, you know, you realize how difficult it is to kind of put a piece together when you do it yourself. When you take it to the framer, you just kind of, the framer does it. And then you just get it back and you're like, oh, it's beautiful because you didn't do it. But so little angles like the wings and her position and things here, I mean, it's not 100% a symmetrical piece. So it's harder to figure out spacing. But anyway, I am very happy with how it has turned out. She's not 100% finished because like I said, I need to figure out this backing situation and put some paper over it or something. And then I need to put like a nail, or not a nail, but like some sort of hanging thing up here so that she can go on the wall. And then as everything else, Gazpacho, you're very loud. As everything else in my house, like everything that needs to be hung is just kind of hanging around, but not hanging. They're like all over the table because I have commitment issues and I don't know where I want things to be. So I have so much, like I have all of this empty wall space. I have so much empty wall space everywhere, but the walls are still in my head freshly painted and freshly renovated. So I don't want to put holes in the wall. So yeah, I'm having commitment issues. But so yeah, Miss New Year Fairy. I've talked about it before, but I'll just say it again. She is a kit by Mirabilia. I switched out the fabric to raw linen. Raw silver linen. So there's some sparkle to her. All of the beads, all of the called for threads and everything are from the kit. Another fun fact is if you notice that my eyes are darker than usual, it's because I have leftover eyeliner. The reason I have leftover eyeliner is because I spent a week in glasses. Why did I spend a week in glasses? Well, let me tell you, because my vision was blurry and I thought my prescription had changed. But no, it was because I had this thing called SPK, which I think is superficial punctate keratitis. It's like little dots of inflammation on your cornea, which can blur your vision. So I had steroid drops. And when you wear glasses, well, when I wear glasses, I feel like I'm not put together because I wear glasses when I don't have my contacts in or when I'm hanging out at home, not necessarily to go out. And so it was, I've been like practicing eye makeup stuff to play up the eyes behind the lenses. And actually you may have seen the glasses in action in my Black Needle Society unboxing video that I uploaded yesterday. And so yeah, that's done and over with. That being said, I ended up updating my prescription. Yeah, I'm cured, everything's perfect. But I bought some really fun glasses so that I don't have to, I mean, my glasses are like 3 years old. And so I needed to like get in some new frames and be more stylish. So in the event that I have to do this again, I'm gonna be so cool, it's not even funny. Like the glasses are so cool that I may film my next floss tube in them if I get them back in time. Just saying. What's wrong? What's wrong? Next on my list of things that I did. Oh, we're gonna get a glare because it's not museum glass, but maybe there. So this is Homely Houseplants Stitch Along by Stitchonomy. They currently have Homely Houseplants 2 Stitch Along going on right now. It was free. I don't think it's free, and I didn't do this when it was free. I purchased the pattern after. I did frame it myself. Overall, I'm okay with how it's framed, but again, I had a lot of difficulty figuring out the spacing and also getting it perfectly taut. So there are a couple things. I did a specialty stitch here called the basket weave, and I did up here, I don't remember what this stitch is called, but it's a tassel. I can't remember. It's in her instruction video, or instructions in the pattern. But so this is pushed up against the glass because this frame is from Amazon. I needed, I think, an 11 by 8 frame, I think, and that's kind of hard to find. So my options were a little limited, and this glass is like siliconed into the frame, so I can't get it out. Again, I have it ready to go. Here's the back. I did a pinning method, so I bought that foam board and pinned all around and centered and did all the things, and it took me, I don't know how long, but probably about an hour. Not sitting for an hour, maybe I did. Just positioning, repositioning, positioning, repositioning, repositioning, repositioning. And if I stare at this too long, I'll probably tear it apart and reposition it again, because that's how I am. I get obsessive. So I'm very happy though. I kind of wanted a more fun frame for it, but I think that the natural wood frame gives it that natural feel and really allows for the fun colors to pop. I don't know. So the good thing is that it's already pinned and ready to go. So if I wanted to switch the frame out, it's really not difficult to do. You just punch out the back, pull it out, and pop it into the new frame. So we'll see. But again, don't know where I'm gonna put it. It's in right now. So I have a hanger with like finished stuff that I need to get fully finished. And I now have collections of fully finished objects in frames hanging around the house. We're going to find places for them. It will speak to me one day. So next, I had a start and a finish. I don't have the picture, it's over there, hold. So last time I had shown that I wanted to have this finished by my birthday, which is on the 29th. Just if you forgot, I'm turning 29 on the 29th because that's super cool. It's my golden birthday. So I thought that this was super fun. It says, "Let us rejoice and eat cake." It's a little pin cushion. It's obviously a cake. And it has little pins of little candles. And I bought the kit through Abby Topknot during the Needlework Expo release. So after I filmed, I got busy. And voila, it is finished. I have all of the finishing instructions to get it into a pillow. I have all of the little things needed. What I don't have, which is still in San Antonio, is a sewing machine. And if you've been following me for a while, I am terrible at working a sewing machine. Like, I failed the Joanne class. Failed. I jammed my sewing machine 50 million times. I think I broke 3 needles, and the instructor at Joanne this is years ago, it was like, you, my dear, in the most loving way, are the worst student I've ever had. So I'm pretty much, I'm sewing challenged, and this requires very slight sewing abilities. I just have to like sew this and like this like gauzy thing that I think is called interfacing, and I have to do all the things. And I've been putting it off, but I am going to get it done. I'm going to do it. I need to continue pushing myself and learning new things. That's the way the brain works. So I framed, I will finish a pillow. And in the worst case scenario, if the sewing machine does not work, I will hand sew it together, because I can hand sew. I just can't machine sew. I was born in the wrong century. So yeah, that is Eat Cake. I'll show it one more time. And I really love this fabric. If you're wondering what kind of fabric it is PictureThisPlus Demoiselle, and it's awesome. It's like the most perfect light blue and has the most perfect like subtle colors. There's like some pinkies and some yellowies, and it's just beautiful. So PictureThisPlus is almost near impossible to get your hands on, but if you are looking for a color that's not necessarily a super modeled crazy color but gives enough detail to your projects, Demoiselle is a beautiful, 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 beautiful fabric. Beautiful fabric. So one of my new favorites. And I have an alert on 123 Stitch for Demoiselle. And that's in the linen. So I think it's 32 count linen, but it all came in the kit, so I don't know much. Even the floss came in the kit, not full skeins, but just enough to finish it. And I finished it, and I think I only had like one strand or a couple of strands left, and that was it. And then let's see. So after that, I have been trucking along on the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's Christmas Wreath Stitch Along. So let me get him in here. So last time I was with you, I was about to, I believe, work on Santa. I did convert his skin, and his skin is actually the color of my husband's skin. And there's a kind of a fun story to that. So here, let me just catch you all up on where I'm behind. This is one clue, and there's like a star, and there's another clue over here, which is going to be a gingerbread man. And then I'll be caught up. But it is solid stitching, so it's not going fast by any means. Let me see if I can get myself and talk at the same time. There. So, it was really funny. I have a picture, I'll insert it. I went with my DMC and my color card, my DMC color card, and I started looking at the DMC colors and trying to match his skin. And then I grabbed bobbins of the colors that I thought may match his skin, and I would just lay it on his arm, and no, he didn't ask what I was doing. He's very like, I don't know, just let her do her thing. And so yeah, then after I stitched him, it was really cool. So I stitched him, and he visited me in here. This is my stitchy spot and where I spend like 80% of my day right now. And I had finished him. I said, look, it's Santa, and he looks like you. He didn't say anything. He got this really weird, cheesy grin. And it was really funny because I don't know. I mean, as you can see, I am physically white. I see white all the time. I didn't realize how important representation in characters and in pieces is until I saw my husband's weird face. He lit up kind of like a little kid, just kind of like, oh, you know, it was just really strange. And when he saw Santa looks like him. I think there was just a little piece of like, maybe nostalgia, I don't know. It was really strange. And that's kind of when it hit me finally. I was like, oh, representation really matters. Really matters. It makes people feel good, and it makes people happy, and it makes people seen. So, you know, it's important. It's very important. Another thing that I was watching Bobo Stitch and Quilt last night. Bobo Stitch and Quilt is way under the subscriber count that she should be at. I love me some Bobo. Jessie does quilting and stitching, and does a vast variety, I don't know if that makes sense, but a variety of stitching. And she lives near Houston, right in the outskirts. It's basically Houston. But so we haven't met in person, but I would love to meet up with her at there's a needle workshop that's not open right now, but when it opens, Bobo, we're meeting. So she also mentioned that like when she's Asian American, when she sees Asians, or when she would see Asians in, you know, on TV, and just, she would get really excited. And I can semi-relate to it because I don't necessarily get super excited for physical appearances. Like I said, I'm white, so I see it everywhere. When I find out that you have an immigrant story or you've lived abroad, I do end up feeling really close to you because I am first generation American. I come from immigrant parents, and so there's that relatability. All of that to say that representation 100% matters. 100% matters. So thank you very much, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, for putting suggestions to skin tones and also pushing me to do something that I probably wouldn't have done. And I'm just saying, brown Santa, I'm digging it. I mean, we all talk about tall, dark, and handsome. Brown Santa is tall, dark, handsome, and brings you presents. I'm just saying, we may have this all wrong. So I have two new starts. I have one that is a present for Brenda. Brenda is my best friend in human life, and she's pregnant right now, and I think that I'm going to hold off on showing it. Sorry, Brenda, and everybody on here, but you will see it eventually. It's a Nora Corbett fairy that I started and should get done here within a month. And then the other thing that I started, so I went to a wedding over the weekend and I wanted a travel project. This isn't a Bitsy Bob. I have a couple Bitsy Bobs by Kelly Stadola, and they're really good for traveling because they have like the zipper pouch, and then you have a little magnet, so it's already built in. And then these are those, what are those called? Kendred Scott, I don't remember. I'm putting it here. And I don't know why, am I recording? Yeah, I'm recording. My camera's not focusing very well, which is not normal. Please excuse my chipped nails. These are the tiniest of tiniest little scissors, and I love them. So these are my travel scissors. And so they just literally go here. Here is a needle for size. Kelmscott? See, needle. Needle, scissors. This is not working. But they're like really tiny. And so I started finally Liz Matthews Mayflower Tree. I'll insert a picture. And I have hoop marks and I haven't ironed, but this is where I'm at now. This is on the called for linen, and using the NPI silk that is called for. I am going to show you some things. So let me show you some things. Whoop. My stitches are not going to be as good on this as on here. So my stitches look very good on this. I will toot my own horn. I get comments on it when I post it on my Instagram. My stitches are very uniform, very flat, near perfection. There's gonna be some stragglers here and there, but the reason that is because this is an even weave. So even weave with tight tension on the hoop and DMC cotton, and the way that I stitch creates a very uniform effect. When you start getting into linens, so linen is going to have different slubs and different threads, and these are over dyed floss. So my over dyed floss, what I do is I cross my X's one at a time, and it's not going to be as uniform as when I do it on even weave. We're snoring again. This has been a little more difficult. So this is a 35 or 36 count linen, and I'm using silk, which is ridiculously soft and has a bouncy texture to it when you work with it. And on top of that, it's white, so white thread is harder to get looking perfect. I don't know why. So you're going to see that my stitches are going to not be as perfectly square and uniform. It's going to be more wonky. There is going to be some differences in sizes because it's a linen, because it's a silk, because I'm stitching with 2 strands with a very elasticy, bouncy thread. That's okay. It's okay that they don't look like a machine stitched it. It's hard for me to be okay with it, but it's okay. It's handmade. We're not machines. I'm talking to myself about it, but your stitches are going to lay differently based on the size of the needle that you're using, the material that you are stitching on, the tautness or the way that you stitch, the thread, what type of floss you're using, whether it be a cotton-based, a silk-based, an over-dyed, and the way that you physically stitch, right or left, top to down, one at a time. It's going to change. And all of those things are going to affect the way that your crosses look.
Hello, we're post-editing again. So there is one more thing that I'd like to make note that I've learned fairly recently. If you're hearing Gaspacho, he's snoring something mad right now. But when you're stitching, when you start your piece, there is a right way and a wrong way to start stitching. I'm going to see if I can find a diagram and insert it while I talk here. But basically, when you look at your fabric, whether it be linen or even weave, you're going to see a thread go horizontal and you're going to see a thread go vertical. You want to start on the left side of where the thread goes vertical. What this does is that it gives it more anchor, so your thread is not going to give as much and you're going to get a more perfect and uniform cross. I naturally will always start on the horizontal, and then I have to frog the first few stitches and then get it on the vertical. Is it a huge difference? No, not necessarily. But if for me, like, my goal is to always better and perfect each cross that I make, and I have noticed a big difference from starting the right way versus the wrong way. My crosses will be much more square and uniform when I start the right way. So, fun fact for your next project, or you're looking at projects, you can see if your X's are right or if they are wrong. And again, is there a right or wrong way? No, but I wanted to test it out. And I can say that yes, when you start the right way, your crosses are going to be more uniform. Okay, back to the video again.
I don't know if that was helpful in any sort of way, but speaking of being helpful in any sort of way, I will be starting, I should go get it. So my birthday is on the 29th and I'm turning 29 on the 29th. And I have had this for a very long time and I've talked about her before and I've never started her. This is my favorite Mirabilia ever made. So if you ask, what is my favorite? Fairy Idol is my favorite Mirabilia ever. Ever, 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 ever. She was done in 1996 and she is definitely out of print and she has been popping up recently, which is okay. I'm fine stitching what other people are stitching. So I wasn't okay. I'm okay. I have the same tendency where when I see other people or a lot of people stitching the same thing, then I used to not want to stitch on it because I'm seeing it everywhere. But Fairy Idol has always been popular and I keep seeing her pop up. And I don't know if I'm seeing her pop up because I'm about to start her or what, but so I have her kitted from last year, I believe, in a color and cotton called Luna. It's a subtle gray. I won't take it out, but see, you even see like the old packaging from Color and Cotton and you see Fairy Idol. So I've had her completely kitted for a very long time. Look, she's even in an Amazon like plasticky bag. Anyway, she will be started on April 29th. And I have been teasing you all for a very long time about doing a Mirabilia video. I will be doing my Mirabilia video with Fairy Idol because she is my favorite and it's a very meaningful stitch to me and I want to enjoy her to the last stitch. So I am not going to rush and stitch her as fast as possible. In fact, she probably will be one of the last ones to get finished because I want to enjoy her. She's my favorite. So that being said, I will be doing a kind of ask me anything about Mirabilia video. I am not a super experienced Mirabilia stitcher. I have been stitching for a very long time. My first Mirabilia was done in 2018, 19, not very long ago, or feels not very long ago, but I have learned a lot of things along the way. I have done a lot of trial and error. I have made mistakes. I have learned. I have done several things. So that doesn't mean that I'm an expert. It doesn't mean that I am not done learning. You never stop learning. But I really wanted to put out a video with frequently asked questions and just my experience with Mirabilia tips with me, and show you or compile a video of all of the things that I have learned and know, what I personally do, what I know that is out there, and kind of get like a central source of information in a video. So I am way open for questions, anything, literally anything Mirabilia, anything, questions, and I want to get it all kind of compiled in maybe one video or maybe several videos. I still kind of haven't figured that one out yet, but it's here and it will be done. And yeah, and get it out into the YouTube universe because a lot of people are intimidated by Mirabilia. I think because of the different materials used, whether that be Krynic or silks, beading is very intimidating for some people. And all of those things also kind of intimidated me. Not much. I mean, I just had no idea what I was doing, but you won't know until you try. And so, like I said, I really want to get one of those videos out there. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at there. I guess the next thing I can do is kind of show haul. I still have my basket of goodies, so I can work my way through some more haul. I have had some Happy Mail come in, but it's kind of spread everywhere. I don't have it here. So Happy Mail will come into future videos and get sprinkled. But I want to get through my basket as much as possible so that I can put the stuff away. Because I'm just holding on to it so that I can show you all. If you're not into haul or you're trying to save a penny, you don't want to be influenced or encouraged to spend money, I bid you adieu right now, but the rest of this is going to be haul. Real quickly with my plans, so I will be starting Fairy Idol on my birthday, and I don't have any Mania plans. I did Stitch Sania last year. I loved it, and I'm just gonna sit it out, and that's okay. I'm going to watch everyone, just like with March Madness, watch everyone and just do my own thing. And that's okay. You don't have to Flosstube and join in all of the things that the social media cross-stitch world is doing. You can still do what you want to do and be fine and relevant. So anyway, if you're cutting out here, I will see you. And if you're not cutting out here, get your wish list. We're gonna be writing down some wish list items.
I forgot something. Do you see these guys? This is Wallace. This is Grommet. Do we see this? I'm on the hunt for the physical copy. I purchased the electronic copy. It is already kitted. Yeah. I was really excited about this. And I almost forgot to tell you that. And the other thing I almost forgot to tell you about, come here. I'm going to StitchCon this year. I forgot. Like a month ago, I got an invoice. It was like at night, really late. And when I got it, I was like, I don't know what I ordered from Keepsakes. I don't shop at Keepsakes. And then when I saw what it was, I danced. I danced around. And I went and I told my husband, and he was excited because he knows I've been dying to go to StitchCon. And so yeah, everything is booked. Flight, hotel. I'm going to the first weekend. So if you will be there, let me know so that I can give you a hug because I'm fully vaccinated and full of hugs.
I just grabbed just a pile, like just a whoop of stuff. And when I get through this, that's gonna be it, and I'll show the rest in future videos. My acquisitions, my curator abilities have decreased quite a bit, which is good. So if I just go through a little bit at a time, then I'll always have something new to show in my videos. So let me preface this by saying I am not a quilter. I am not a quilter, but I love the Raven by Blackbird Designs. I have no idea how to make this, but it is now in my stash. You know, when you get a wild hair and you're like, oh, I think that I want to create a block of quilting stuff. What better thing to do than to do a blackbird and figure it out? No, I have no earthly idea if I'm ever even going to muster the courage to do that. But if I want to, I have the ability to, and it's there. Then my Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month, this is the March, came in. I am in the All Colors or Any Colors Club. So I don't know if All Colors and Any Colors get all of the same fabric. Every time I see a Flosstuber say, oh, my color and cotton fabric of the month came in, mine is never the one that they got. I'm not complaining. So I'm never spoiled, but if you don't want to be spoiled, don't look. This is called Wisteria. It is absolutely the most beautiful color that is probably not being shown correctly on screen. It's like the most beautiful pinky purple. There. Maybe if I put my chipped red nails so you can see. This pinky purple it's an unreal color. So I really hope that this ends up being a permanent color because wow. Color and Cotton, I know their wait list for the fabric of the month is super long and I've said it a million times. I will never get off of it. Wow. Okay, are you ready for some more dimensions? You know, and I have 1 dimensions petite in my whip list currently, but I have all of these dimensions. So this is Italian Vista. I believe Italian Vista may be out of print because it looks like it's a used one. So I went in 2019 to Lake Como. This looks like Lake Como. It's beautiful. So that is one that I have added to my dimensions stash. Then this one, this is a cool story. So Christmas Cove is a very sought after dimensions kit and it's stupid priced. Like it usually it's also out of print. It usually goes for definitely over 60. Well, I made an offer because I do that on eBay. So I send offers to people and I think that I sent an offer for about 30 or 40 and they accepted. So this is in old style dimensions because it's not kitted in the little thread sorter. You have to sort the thread and figure it all out. I have no plans in stitching this anytime soon. It is more of a collection piece right now, but I do want to stitch it someday. I'm trying really hard. So I started getting into eBay selling. I am clearing through my stash and I do believe that I did get into the habit in about, I guess during the pandemic in 2020, buying things that were highly sought after just to say that I had them, which is not a good practice. 1, it's hoarder tendencies. 2, it's just, it's not my style. So what I've been doing is I've been offloading a lot of things that I kind of held on to and trying to recover some funds that I may have spent unnecessarily. I went through all of my dimensions. I went through all of my kits. I went through all of my out of prints. I went through everything and anything that I was just holding on to because I wanted to be able to say that I had it, I listed and have sold. And everything that I currently have in my collection are things that I actually would like to stitch at some point. So I am no longer hunting down things because I just want to have them. That's done. This is another one that is out of print. I love, it's called Winter's Lace. And it came like this. So it's definitely used. It looks like this. It's a super pretty winter scene. And same thing, on dimensions and out of prints, I do not like to overpay. I used to overpay, I have learned. So what I do now is and you have all of, and I've never sorted the dimensions when they come in the hank, but it's intact with the gold ribbon and It has, I mean, it looks like it's complete. We'll find out when I decide to stitch it, but it looks like it's complete. So what I do is if they accept offers, I will send an offer. I mean, the worst that they can say is just no. It's not a big deal. But sometimes they say yes. And that was another one that they said yes. This is one I fell in love with. I purchased months ago. Don't remember when. Another Dimensions. This one is called Innocence. And I think she is so pretty. I love the flowers and the crazy hair. And I had never seen her. Look, she even has buttons. I don't know if you see that, but those are actual buttons that you put on her blouse. And there's actual embroidery. So lazy daisy looking embroidery stitches in her blouse. I love this. Of course I want to stitch it. When? I don't know. I'm not a serial starter. I have another one that was kind of not a unicorn per se, but I knew it was hard to find and I found and did the same thing. I made an offer and I won. So this is Mother Earth. Look at all the animals. Oh my goodness, they're just so spectacular. So same thing, Mother Earth is one of the most expensive out of print Dimensions Gold collection kits that you will find on eBay. I don't know what happened. I submitted an offer for way below what they were asking for and they accepted. Sometimes I wonder if they like accidentally accept. Like, yeah. Oops, I hit accept. And then this one is not out of print, relax. This is actually Amazon, I just got this. So this is Village Canal. And I got it on Amazon, I think maybe $14, $15, less than 20 for sure. Again, love that landscape. What they say is with Dimensions, not gold collection, but Dimensions, they're easier. If you notice, there's a lot of fabric poking through and you have this like light blue Aida. I do want to switch out that Aida probably for an even weave. I think I want to do an even weave because I want it to be machine stitches. But I need to find the perfect even weave. And so that's why I opened it. I opened it to see how big it is. And so yeah, that's kind of there. So that's all that I have really to share with you all today. I had one more question that I do want to address. So this is my new favorite tool I have two new favorite tools in the whole entire world that are both by the same company. So on Instagram, I'll put it here, Aggie Works. I think it's Aggie Works. They have these wooden, they make wooden boxes, they make some needle minders. I don't know where they are based out of. They accept PayPal and you direct message them on Instagram to order these things. They take about a month and a half to 2 months to make and come in, but you pay when it's made. So this is a fabric holder. So this is how I discovered all of this. A Flosstuber that I watch all the time is Cross Stitch with Luda. She is a Ukrainian cross stitcher and does Flosstube in Russian and in English. And I have learned a lot from her. I love her content. And so she shows these a lot. They're like always on her projects. And so I reached out to her and I asked her, hey, where did you get this fabric needle minder holder thing? And she sent me to this Instagram page. It comes in a set of 2. I love them. I use them all the time. So You get the needle minder, it holds your fabric, it's perfect. I'll probably show in the future how it works in action, but if you just go to one of Luda's Stitch With Me videos, you can see how she uses it. While I was on their account, I saw this. So this is like a little Ort trash can. See, you put all of your orts. So I just learned that Ort stands for old raggedy thread. So it's the little piece of thread that you don't need anymore. And I ordered it with this pomegranate. It's a needle minder also, but it's like a little trash can. And I put my scissors, and I have a little, what is this called? Like a tail tucker from Alice and Rosen. And then I have, it's Quidditch. It's the golden snitch. I don't think that you could see any of that. It came with the project bag from Cricklewood Crossing. So I have that there too. It's kind of, I guess it could be a laying tool, but I don't use it. I just use it for funsies. And so anyway, see, all of my orts are there. This is actually my husband's favorite tool because my orts are not everywhere. Oh my gosh, I just popped it all off. So those are kind of my new favorite things. And like I said, if you send them a message, they respond. They respond in English, and they send you a PayPal when your product is ready, and they ship, and the whole process probably took about a month and a half, 2 months. Cost, I think all in all, the fabric holder needle minders were between 30 and 40. And the Ort trash can plus the needle minder pomegranate, maybe around 50? 50 to 60? Yes, they're expensive for what they are. You know what else is expensive? These guys. These guys are super expensive. But guess what? They make me happy. And I use them. And I keep them with me. And I love them. So, yes, I spend my money on this stuff. Sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry, not sorry. I have seen recently in a couple of Facebook groups, people splurge. People splurge on different things. There was like a floss organization system that the whole set cost like $200 or something like that. Yes, that makes some people happy. And it's okay. And so they post a picture about it because they're excited that they got it. But I noticed in the comments, people are like, oh, why did you spend $200 on those things when you could just use a paper bobbin? Because it made that person happy? Oh, why are you spending $40 on a fabric magnet holder when you can just get a cable tie? Because it makes me happy? I don't know why we shame people, but I've seen a lot of like expense shaming. On that note, I'm getting ranty, sorry. On that note, same with stash acquisition and stuff. You know, some people, it makes them happy. Some people buy other expensive things. It makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. We don't have to judge people because they spend their money on things that maybe you don't spend your money on. You probably spend your money on things that other people don't think that you should be spending your money on. But yes, anyway, I'm an open book. You can ask me anything about pricing and stuff, and I will tell you how much I paid for things. So closing out, pro tip number 1, definitely use the make an offer button on eBay. The worst they can say is no. And the other thing is, don't shame people. Don't shame people. And that's not just in the cross-stitch community and stuff. It's in a lot of things. So my dad did, now I'm getting ranty, sorry. My dad was in a Facebook group for painting miniatures. And I think that he posted some, I'm getting this all wrong, but it was like some scissors that are expensive. Let's say that the scissors are like $100, okay? And so he posted it because he was so excited and he was like, oh my gosh, this is a game changer. I will never not use this. And again, people under there are like, well, that's overpriced, or like that thing is stupid because I just used my 25-cent scissors from the garbage can. And it's like, good for you. I'm glad you use your scissors from the garbage can. I'm not telling you that, I'm not saying anything. Anyway, he got so like angry about it and it bothered him so much that he ended up deleting his picture in excitement. I don't think that that's right. You should totally leave your excitement in your stuff and show people what luxury tools there are for their hobby. There's nothing wrong with that. Hobbies are expensive. That's why they're hobbies. I do have one more thing that I need to talk about, and that is MyBobbin.com. So let me get that real quick. MyBobbin.com. MyBobbin.com reached out to me about a month ago and asked me if I would like to try their website, their company, and they gave me like a little gift card amount to spend at their store. So thank you so much, MyBobbin.com. I really do appreciate the reaching out. That was really cool, and I loved my experience with them. So they are an online needlework store. They are based in Eastern Europe. I don't know specifically where. And they do worldwide shipping for fairly cheap. They are very similar to 123 Stitch and Casa Senina. So it's just another online needlework shop where they have tons of stuff, they run sales, and I did notice that some of the kits that I would look for on 123 Stitch or eBay were significantly more expensive than if I were to order from mybobbin.com. So what did I order? I don't remember. So let's open it together. It came packaged in this awesome paper. I love this paper. I'm probably gonna keep it so that I can not scrapbook, but I have a planner and it has like a scrapbooking section. So I'm gonna keep that. I remember now. What did I order? So I ordered Portrait of Jeanne Samari. I had my eye on this one. I've talked about her like 50 times today and she doesn't even watch me. Cross Stitch with Luda finished this and it was beautiful. I loved the colors, those pinks, the corals, the aquas. It was so cool. So when I saw that this was on their website, I snagged it, and so yeah, I'm very happy to add this to my collection. This is kitted by, I don't know, Reolus. So Reolus is the kitting company for this. They use Anchor, Zweigart, there's Ada, and they have all of the floss. Again, I love those colors. Love them. And then the other thing that I got was I tried Pana. I was feeling the animals. So this one is called Nothing. This one's called Nothing. It's all in Russian. So I do, oh wait, cross stitch kit. No, it doesn't have a name, but they're the zebras. So again, comes with the floss, comes with the Ada, and thought it was a very sweet little kit. So the website is very easy to use. Website is in English. You can sort through their website by designers, manufacturers. I highly recommend picking up kits, especially Russian kits, through them. The shipping was ridiculously fast in my opinion. And I had a very pleasant experience with them. I do want to thank them again for letting me try them out, and I highly encourage you all to go and check out their website and kind of peruse and see what's going on. They have lots of things that are on sale, and they rotate sales quite frequently. So yeah, hopefully you find something that you were looking for and you didn't know you could find, and it's at mybobbin.com.
I'm a terrible human being and I forgot about the giveaway, but I have picked the random comment generator YouTube thing, and the 3 winners have been contacted. Thank you so much again, everybody, for entering and for supporting my channel. And yeah, I'm terrible, sorry.
You all make me so happy. I really enjoy this channel and my hobby and communicating with you all. So I hope that I give you a little piece of fun in your day. And with that being said, I will be closing out. I hope you are all having a day full of joy and positivity, and I will be seeing you all here shortly, hopefully in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how much stitching I get in with this new job. I don't know what's gonna happen. I've always stitched, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I just may not have like 50 finishes. Wish me luck on sewing the pillow. And yeah, next time I see you, I think it will be after my birthday. So thank you again for hanging out with me, and I will see you all next time. Bye.